Thank you very much for joining our webinar. My name is Toshiomo, Head of Center of Competence KM1. Many customers chose and invested in our Acryojet KM1 and also KM1E, even under difficult situation by COVID-19. So we proudly introduce our Acryojet KM1 and also KM1E as the most strongest stability, flexibility V02 UV inkjet system. We broadcast this webinar from beautiful Bratislava, Slovakia. There is our biggest European showroom. We named IPES, Industrial Pan-European Showroom. We already equipped the Acryojet KM1E and also MGI Evo as embellishment printing system, and also the motion cutter as high-speed laser die cutting system. And also, there is toner-based label device with hybrid option by Flexo system. We already organized live demo and also the virtual demo over 100 times to dedicated customers. So today, we will introduce the Acryojet KM1E system. So I will introduce our important colleagues, Peter. He will explain completely our system.
Thank you very much. And let's continue with our introduction of UV inkjet digital printing press, KONICA Minolta Acryojet KM1E. And as you will see shortly, our machine is a great combination of two different worlds in printing industry, offset world and digital printing technology. From the offset world, we have the complete paper transport through the machine. So when we start with the feeder section, immediately you will see that what we are using is a typical pallet feeder with all the functions which are normally used in offset machines, with the feeder head, with all its functions, with food, with air blowing, with the air blowers from behind, with spring separators, with side blowers, and with the sucker system, with two suckers for lifting the paper up, two suckers for feeding the paper in. So the feeding principle is same to offset machines. So from the left side of the feeder part, we have a small touch screen with some main functions like start and stop of the whole press, start and stop of the feeder part only. Every parameter which is necessary for proper feeding is adjusted by the machine automatically. Following the pallet feeder part, we have a transfer section called transfer bridge with one green belt with many holes and bigger holes underneath, divided in 4 sections, because the principle of feeding we use in the machine is again same as in offset, because it's paper over paper. And at the end of the feeding, we have an alignment system where we align the paper to the left upper corner. There are 2 sensors reading the front edge of the paper and 1 sensor reading the left side of the paper, with vacuum plate pulling the paper to the side. So let's come to the heart of the machine, to the printing unit. So I open the covers that you can see the machine also from inside, and as you will see immediately, it's a quite big and robust machine. All this part here, as you see, is close to 6 tons, so it's pretty heavy with big steel plates and steel frame. And the machine is divided, let's say, in 2 parts. So the lower part is related to the feeder, to feeding or the transport of the paper. And again, following the feeder part, after the alignment of the paper on the left corner, the paper is catched by the grippers. The grippers are located on each cylinder. So here you can see on the printing cylinder the grippers. So these are holding the edge of the paper, and the same grippers are on all cylinders inside of the machine, on transfer cylinders and on the duplex cylinder under the printing cylinder. So it's a real duplex printing machine. So the upper part of the machine belongs to digital printing technology, because here are the inkjet heads of KONICA Minolta installed, and so these 4 carriages are holding so-called printing modules. One printing module consists of 2 printing heads. Each head is 1,800 printing nozzles. So you have a 3,600 printing nozzles in 3-inch long system. So it will result in 1200 dpi of native resolution. So we have just 4 inks, black, cyan, magenta and yellow, but because of our special inks and the dot freeze technology using in our machine, we are the only 4-color machine which is certified to FOGRA 53 for extended gamut. Usually just 6 or 7 color machines can reach. So next to the printing part, we have a curing system. The curing system we are using here is on LED based, because LEDs have a much longer lifetime than the old mercury lamps, and they are ozone free and producing less heat. So after the image is printed and cured by the UV lamp, we can inspect the sheet. So underneath of the UV lamp, we have an inline scanner, and this inline scanner is used for many functions. The most, let's say, important ones are press calibration after installation, paper profiles, ink register, duplex register, and monitoring of the printing quality during printing. So now we can close the covers, because we will need the machine for printing, and it can be done only with closed covers. The last part is the stacker. We have 2 options here. So you can send the paper to so-called sample tray, then you will get 1 sample in the upper part of the stacker. And the second option is, as you have seen in the feeder part, that we have a pallet feeder. Therefore we use also pallet stacker with all the typical functions like side joggers or blowing of air from top with ionization. Okay, so this was all from our short introduction of the machine, and now we can focus on the software part. You will see that it is very easy to operate the machine, to use the machine, and the interface we are using is very operator or user friendly. So you have an overview of the machine conditions, where you can easily start the whole press, and through the simple touch of button you jump in the second software, the job management software. This software is web browser based, so you can have an access through every laptop, PC, tablet or even mobile phone in the same network using any kind of web browser and typing the IP address, and you have direct access to the software. So you can upload easily the PDFs in the folders, you can create folders, and after you select the PDF and you press the button, you have access to the job settings. You can set every parameter you need in our software, but if you have an existing workflow in your factory, you can connect our software with your existing workflow. If you don't have, you can use this one for defining the paper you want to print on. You can activate the 4-color bar or 1-color bar stripe on every single sheet. Then you will have a monitoring of quality during printing on every single sheet on the fly without slowing down the printing speed. In the color tab, for example, you can check if your PDF contains some spot colors. If yes, the spot colors are listed here, and only thing you need to do is to select the dedicated spot color library, and the machine will simulate all spot colors with high accuracy. This software is not used only for uploading the PDFs or setting the parameters of the PDFs, but is used also for automated maintenance. So with a simple click, again, you have a window where you can select all carriages, all head modules, or you can select only 1 or 2 of them, and the operator is only choosing from 3 different fully automated processes of cleaning: wiping, normal cleaning, or strong cleaning. The only thing the operator is doing, you select one and then you just wait a couple minutes until the machine finished all automated tasks. Okay, but we will not talk anymore about the printing. We will print together something. So let's choose some of the products we have prepared today for you. We will start with cardboard paper because we will produce some boxes for you. Okay, select PDF, check the paper. Okay, it is the paper what I have on the palette. Now I will send 1 sample to sample proof, 10 copies on the palette. and immediately I can send another products, and it will be a box for playing cards. Just to double check if I have the right paper. Everything is okay. So one sample proof and 10 copies on the palette. In the job settings, I activated our new feature, tape inserter, because KN1E can insert small stripe of paper into the stack of paper in the stacker to separate the jobs on the palette or to separate the copies of one job. So this is the first job. One sample proof for me to check the quality, and then the rest will be on the palette, so 10 copies. After these 10 copies, I will get another PDF, so different design, again printed on the sample proof. And right after, it will start with printing of next 10 copies on the palette. So you see again the benefit of digital printing. So very short time between two different jobs, so you can print every page different design. So now 10 copies on the palette, and after we finish this, I will give these sheets to my colleague, because we will put some embellishment on it. We will put some varnish and foil, and after embellishing of the sheets, we will use our high-speed laser cutter, the motion cutter machine, for cutting the boxes out of the sheets. So as you see on the edge, there is the small stripe for separating the jobs. And now we change the substrate in the machine, and we will continue with the other products. So to save time, I will not print so many, because we don't need, actually in a digital world, what you need is just 2 sheets. So let's put 2 sheets, 2 different materials. Okay. And we change now the PDFs. We do the registration of new substrate. So we have to stop the press for a short time. And then with 2 steps, we let the machine make the registration. The registration means searching for the edge of the paper on the palette, left, right, so the width and the length of the paper. Compare the size, the real size measured by the sensors, with the size which is defined in the specification of the paper. And if the values, width and the length of the paper, is same as it is defined here in the specification, then KN1E will allow you to print the jobs. 2 copies, print, close, and we have an invitation. So we can print again 1 copy, and for the invitation we need the cover, the envelope. So let's print this one as well. So playing cards printed on plastic. To my colleagues for embellishing. Good. This is our invitation. So another type of product. And we will get the envelope for it. Great. This is our envelope for it. Good. So again, I put them on the machine. The last product I promised you to print is a book cover. And the book cover we will print on metallized paper with aluminum foil. Book cover. Okay, one copy in the sample proof and let's say 10 copies on the pallet. So you have the possibility to use the machine for all different types of products in the market, because you can run a huge variety of substrates through our machine. Okay, now 10 copies on the pallet. So if you count it properly, we have 2 boxes, playing cards into 1 box, we have an invitation, we have a cover, so envelope for the invitation, and we have a book cover. So 5 different products produced in very short time. And I see my colleagues already finished with all of them, so let's come take a look. So here we have it. We have a book cover printed on metallized paper. We have a box for cosmetics and printed on KM1, embellished on jet varnish with Evo with foil and varnish, cut it on a high-speed laser cutter. The same, we have a envelope printed and cut it. This is uncoated paper. The inside is on coated paper. There is invitation inside. And the last product is a box for playing cards on cardboard paper, and the inside of the box are playing cards printed on plastic media. So this is the advantage of a digital world. In the name of KONICA Minolta, I want to thank you for your time and for your attention. Have a nice day. Goodbye.
Dysponując tą bezkompromisową jakością, możemy konkurować z drukarniami offsetowymi. Nowe możliwości, które daje nam KM1, pozwolą nam pozyskać wielu nowych wydawców.
We talked to HP, of course. We talked to Fuji. We felt very well with the KONICA people, so we have the decision to buy the KM1.
Unser Ziel war es, die beiden Druckmaschinen aus dem Bestand herauszulösen und durch eine neue Druckmaschine zu ersetzen. Wir haben uns am Markt umgeschaut und auch speziell nach Maschinen zur Faltschachtelherstellung uns umgesehen. Und das Resultat daraus ist jetzt, dass seit April diesen Jahres eine KM1E bei uns im Drucksaal steht und treue Dienste leistet.
Nous étions dans une démarche de changement de machine. Le déclic ou la claque a été le fait de voir physiquement la disponibilité et la facilité de mettre en route cette machine au fur et à mesure de la journée. Le fait que la première feuille soit bonne et au fur et à mesure du tirage, d'avoir des contrôles qui nous permettent de certifier et de garantir à nos clients une qualité d'impression constante. Le fait aussi que cette machine nous permette d'imprimer sur des papiers de création sans changer nos stocks. Nous restons sur des papiers type offset ou couché sans avoir un deuxième stock papier. Ça va énormément simplifier notre vie. De pouvoir offrir aux clients la possibilité de choisir des supports en direct, de varier ces supports-là, de lui faire un numéro 0 qu'il sera capable de valider tout de suite et nous en machine de l'imprimer de façon constante. Cette ouverture et cette simplicité dans l'organisation nous permet d'être très réactifs. Nos conducteurs parlent plutôt d'une machine traditionnelle avec un corps numérique, ce qui prouve qu'elle a tout à fait pris sa place.